My name is Stavros Karelis, and I'm the buying director of Machine A store in London, where we basically is a custom store that we represent and we showcase the works of British designers, international brands, and a few graduates that we select each season from colleges.
And you say it's a concept store, so could you tell me a little bit about the sort of concept? What is the vision
behind and all over the place? Well, initially when we started planning for this store to happen, I really wanted a place where it's going to gather all kind of like young people with great energies, passionate about what they do and very talented, and have them all under one roof and combine them together with international brands, with graduates. So you can see from the selections that we have here, there are like lots of different brands that they are in the same rail, which this is what I like, because I think this is how people are dressed actually today. They're going to choose different things from different designers. Together as well, you raise the awareness of the customer about new brands that they might not be really relevant with and they might not really know about, and it's really nice because they're coming in and they're always asking what is new, what is a new designer, do you have a new brand to recommend, and it's always really nice and very, very great experience for us as well, because going through colleges, seeing the graduate shows, choosing the kind of new designers that we like to showcase in the store, it's always a very exciting experience, and it's always really nice when you meet someone that really, you see that apart from talent, it has other elements that are necessary to be in retail, because I mean talent obviously is the most important one, but it's not the only one that you need. So when you see a designer that concentrates all the elements, then it's absolutely amazing, because you know that you're going to have for sure a great collaboration.
So when you mean that they have to have other elements, so you're not just looking for their vision around their clothes, you're looking around the vision, their creative direction,
yes,
in all areas.
Yes, and many other things as well. I mean, because when as I said, when we do the selection for the graduates that we're going to have in the store, we see, obviously the first thing that we're going to see is the collections themselves. If they fit into the project, the aesthetic, the concept of the store, and the trends that we want to showcase and where we believe that our customers are going to want and they're going to want to buy. But that is the first step. Then we have to meet the designers and see how actually they think, what they think about the future, because I think that what London Colleges is doing, all the London Colleges, is really, really amazing, and it's they offer them the opportunity and the freedom to explore, to find themselves and create a really amazing collection. But then they are sort of like protected as well until the third year, until the final year, when they're going to do the shows, because they've got access to equipment, to machinery, to fabrics. They've got obviously the tutors there, which is very, very important, because every time that they need a bit of guidance, they can go back to them and ask them about all these things. And then all of a sudden, they're ready to go out to the real world, and then they have to face everything themselves, they have to find everything themselves. What does mean for us as a retail when we choose a graduate is for someone that he can be able to produce a collection. It's not just about making a collection, it's just about producing and be able to deliver on time the quality of them, because I think it's unfortunate, but maybe it's fortunate as well. This is what customers are expecting. They want clothes that are going to be very, very well made. They're quite high quality, really good fabrics, and everything needs to be perfected from inside as well as from outside, and timing as well. So all these kind of like things determine how a designer is ready to go and be stocked at a retail. Having said that, obviously, I'm not expecting from every designer, every young graduate, to behave as an international brand with many, many years of experience. This is why we're here, and we are more than welcome to help everyone out and help them with wholesale prices, with fabrics, with productions, with timings, with everything possible they want to ask us. But they have to understand that this is a great challenge, it's a great experience as well, because they can learn lots of things, But yeah, it's this is the real world, and it's a tough one. It is a tough
So
one.
when you buy a collection, your questions are to the designer, can you produce for us next season and the season again, because we don't want to just buy your show collection and not be able to...
Yeah, you need a continuity, because when it comes down to the retail, for me, buying a collection means that you invest into a brand, especially when this brand is very, very young and new and relatively unknown to the mainstream. Then obviously you have to, it's an investment. Basically you buy the graduate collection, or you buy the pieces that you feel that they're going to fit into your store, but then obviously this is going to give back to the retailer after 2 or 3 seasons, when the brand is going to be more established, it's going to have their own followers, people are going to be more familiar with the brand. So it is a sort of an investment. So for me, if for example a designer tells me, oh, I'm not really sure because I'm thinking about like in the next few seasons not to produce any clothes or any garments, I understand the reasons, because there are many, many different reasons why someone shouldn't do this. But yeah, for me, it has to have a consistency, and it has to be ready to take on more and more and more. Not with the crazy way that perhaps big department stores are doing, and they've got very strict deadlines, but they have to follow sort of the schedule of the store.
Okay, thank you. You first opened the store in 2009, is that correct?
Yes, Machine A as
yeah,
well.
Yeah. And how long did that run?
That ran for 1.5 years, and it was completely, solely, only with graduates, and that didn't have any of the more established brands, it didn't have any of the international brands. It was only graduates, and it was only graduate collections that we were working with. It was a really, really exciting 1.5 years, and I've learned so many things out of this 1.5 years, and I think all the people that we studied together and we worked together, and the designers that were in the same period, like Astrid Addison, Katie Ree, William Richard Green, we had probably around 30 graduates in the store, so everyone sort of passed by from the store, and we showcased the collections. It was really, it was way more raw, and from what it is this store now. We're doing all these window installations that many people felt that it was quite provocative, it was like quite out there, it was very, very different, and I really, really enjoyed it. And lots of people asking me with this store in comparison to this store now, because obviously they've got the same name, and there is the same team behind the previous store and this store as well. So why this difference between those two stores? And I feel that this is a more grown-up Machine A, and I feel that as I grow older, and as we all grow older around, we have to, this has to follow us, and has like to catch the moment of the industry and the moment of the market. Because when we, on the previous store for example, when we were trying to do all these installations on the windows and all these events and showcasing each designer with a completely different way, it was something very unique, because no one was doing that back then in London, and actually no one was paying that much attention to the graduates. Now it has become more and more a concept where you see other stores doing, so we thought that we should move into something different as well.
So this store is more business orientated than the previous one, and I mean, it looks very, very clean.
Thank you. Thanks.
So, and it's you know, like you've got a very strong direction, and you know, there's not kind of like video work going on and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But do you have plans to collaborate with artists?
Of course. It is very, very important to us. I mean, we did. This is what I try lots of times to explain: is that we haven't changed our beliefs in how things should run, and how a retail could be a very fun experience for the customers and for people to know. Because especially, I mean, we don't talk about Ralph Simmons, that people obviously know all the history about who is Ralph Simmons, what is his concept, what he's doing. But when we're showcasing a young designer, we have to showcase all his vision around, all the vision around the collection, how they came into that, a bit more about themselves. So all these, I think, they're coming out through not just about the collection, it's about a video, it's about an interview, it's about an installation that they're going to carry. So all these things are going to happen in here as well.
Really?
Yes. So we opened like 1.5 months, 2 months actually ago.
Yeah.
It is exactly 2 months ago. We are very excited about this, and needs to be really carefully planned.
Yeah.
So these installations and these collaborations with different creatives are going to carry on in here, as well as to the online, which basically is one of our main focuses, because we're going online next week. So we're going to have all these collaborations in here. Actually, we have started already with one collaboration, that it was Alex Matson, and we did the exclusive collaboration with T-shirts with Machine. But we've got many really exciting projects come along, and I think that they would be even more important, not important because I don't like the word, but it would be even more out there from what they were on the previous store, but they would be with a completely different way. Yeah, with a really new and fresh approach.
And because I've seen your website,
yes.
At the moment it looks really exciting.
Yeah, but it's very basic, because we haven't launched it yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're going to launch it next week?
Yeah, website and the online store, they're going together online.
Oh wow,
yeah,
so you're going to have an online store you can purchase online?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
Very good.
And it's going to be the website as well together with the online. So both of them are going to be on the same time. And the website as well is going to be that way. It's going to be very a great mirror of what the retail store is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you will concentrate on one designer per collaboration, so you'll showcase.
Yeah, I mean, we've got for us, I think it was always 3 different areas in the store. We have now the fitting room area, and we've got the windows area, and then we have the product related collaborations. So these 3 always are going to change based in relation with a creative or with a designer. So for example, a designer is going to take over our fitting rooms and change them over, more obviously as an installation, or our windows are going to be changed with a designer or a product. So they're going to be like 2-3 different people collaborating always in store. But on the previous store, for example, we used to do these kind of collaborations very often. I mean, like, I think we used to run at least one quite big collaboration every month. And this one is going to be more space between them, and it's going to be fewer but way more stronger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. We'll have to come back and talk to
yes,
you when these things
especially,
start happening. Yeah.
Of course.
And what was I going to ask you next? So, in terms of, I know that you work with Anna Trevelyan's. And who else are you sort of? Anna
Trevelyan is my closest person that I work with. We do everything together. We talk about everything. Obviously, Anna is doing the fashion direction of the store. I have a huge admiration for her. I have a huge admiration actually for everyone that I'm working with. And a really big respect for what they do in their lives. And yeah, so Anna really gets what we want to do in the store, and I think we are a great team.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've got Ella Draw and Ashley Smith, who they carrying on the PR of the store, but they do the brand consulting, when I'm talking about brand, I'm talking Machine A brand consulting, and this is our kind of like 4 people that we're talking non-stop about whatever happens in the store. I'm working with the visual merchandising of the store, as well as the responsible for the window installation is going to be Andrea Celerino. He's an amazing set designer. He did the interior of the store as well. He really gets what we want to do here. And then I've got the amazing people that they work here, which is Yasu, who is my assistant, Aaron, Simon and Ray. They all are kids that they are doing something really, really amazing, apart from working for machinery. And this is why the reason
everyone
they are
does something else,
yeah,
don't
exactly.
they?
No, they do, and they bring like something completely different into the store as well, because everyone has like a completely different point of view and they like different things, and I like that because, but everyone has a really strong opinion about fashion, and I like that because it brings different things on the table, and it's very refreshing for me as well to have this kind of team and working together. We are really, and this is as well, I think the pulse of the story is because of that, is because we all are kind of young people and try to do something nice. And
can you tell me, like, you're all very young, but can you tell me if there are any particular stores that have influenced you when you were growing up? Sort of, I'm thinking like Colette maybe,
Karelis, I know. I mean, these were amazing stores. I mean, Colette, for example. I mean, I remember when I first, ages and ages ago, not that recently, but ages ago, when I used to travel and see that store in Paris, I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. This is like so brilliant. It was, I think it was exactly the same feeling with me when I first visited Douglas Market, and I saw that store. I was like, oh, that's amazing, and it's like so exciting and so refreshing. Such a refreshing approach. In LA, that it was obviously an amazing store. Really funny story. Simon Gray, the guy that works in the store, he used to be one of the buyers for PNLI. So,
really?
And we've got really close relationship because obviously Nicola from Michelle used to work for PNLI, and we've got really good relationship because we do know the people, and I find it always as a compliment when people are coming and say, oh, you are the new PNLI. It doesn't feel to me, because I think that I understand why that comment has been made, but I think it was really amazing what they did, and it's something that is really, really needed in London, and I think more the stores that are going to open around and support independent designers, the better for everyone will be. It's not a competition. It's not a competition between stores. It's not a competition between brands or designers. I think these belong really to the past. I mean, there was a period where it was a really big competition about which brand and where they're going to be stocked. But I don't think anymore. I think that each store can share many brands that are going to be common in each store, but every store is going to make different selections based on the customers.
Different edit, isn't it?
Different editing, different buying, you know, makes things look completely different between stores. And actually, one designer cannot survive by one store.
No.
They cannot. So they need different stores and offer them different opportunities, different products, so everyone could be happy about, and the brand and the designer would grow up, which is going to bring money back to the store that is investing money into the collections.
And in terms of magazines or media, what kind of magazines and media do inspire you?
Inspire me? Well, I mean, I'm reading quite a lot of magazines. I mean, I do, for example, read. I love magazine. I mean, it's like I really like it. I grew up reading ID, Dazed. I mean, that was like everyone's magazines. I do see, I mean, I really did love Vogue Home Japan. I think it was like I really did love what they were doing with the men's there. Unfortunately, it closed. I like Arena, and then I'm reading Drapers quite often because it is more kind of like business within the business of fashion, so it's kind of like more business related. People read about Drapers. I mean, that's that.
And any kind of visions of wanting to do something yourself in terms of publications?
Oh my God, no! I mean, I had like a few people, you know, thinking that I would do like a good sort of like editor or something like that, but because actually having a store feels like being a bit like of editor, because you have to put like all the people in the right places and do the right things. But I wouldn't know.
That's a different thing.
It is a different thing, and I think that if you're involved with one thing, you should stick to that and try and make it as better as possible. And I think there are like so many amazing people out there that they could do the role of editor and having and running their own publications so much better than I would do.
Yeah, and I guess really one of my last questions is, it's very early yet, you've only been open a couple of months, but do you have any other visions of development, or where you want to go next, or
with the business? I think that, I mean, there are many things that cross my mind and I would like to develop and I would like to be able to do. I just think that we have to be very careful and kind of like having like really build good grounds and then move on to our next project. I think the times at the moment, economically wise, they are a bit uncertain. So it's good, for everyone to be more stable. Don't make like too many big steps, because sometimes you might like lose the control, or it's not going to be like so much helpful. But in an ideal world, what I would like to believe would be, I would love to have like a machine like a machine store in London, to have it in different cities in the world, and kind of actually represent the graduates and the designers that they come from each city, in different city, and have a store where you can see all of them being showcased. That would be in an ideal world. My dream.
So in terms of like the design, just one other question. So in terms of the designers that you have, you show a lot of very young designers who are just sort of graduating, but you also have people like Raf Simons, and you have quite a few hero brands like Mugler and...
Raf Simons, Mugler, Shalayan, MCM, we are going to have a few more coming on.
Do you have Noki?
I do have Noki. I love Noki. This is like Noki. He specially customized like this,
because I remember Noki from the 90s.
Yeah, and I love Noki. I mean, he's got an amazing energy as a person. He comes in and he's very relevant all the time. I think he fits into each time the last 20 years. I mean, it's unbelievable, and people really love him, and they love the products, and he's got so many ideas. He always is a very inspiring person to talk to, because he's got so many things still to give, and you feel that from each conversation that you're having with him.
So with all of your designers, you like to be in conversation with them and talking to them? And
yes, we have a personal relationship with everyone, every person in here. I'm really strong believer of that, because I want them, and the designers and us as well, we do have a close relationship, because this is for them is a great example about the products and about what it's selling, what it's not selling. But for us as well, it's really important to be in contact with them and having a personal relationship with them and understanding each other and discuss things and discuss projects, because all new ideas coming when lots of people coming together discussing things, and you always come up and say, oh yeah, I didn't think about it, let's do that, for next season. So it's very refreshing. Obviously, with the big international brands, we cannot have that kind of more personal relationship, but still I have to say that there is a very good relationship between us and the big brands that have trusted us, because it is a matter of trust. I mean, like for a small independent store as Machine, to be able to showcase on the first season someone like Raf Simons is something very difficult, but they saw into our vision, and they did understand that what we're trying to do is like something very unique, and they trust us, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful, because it's very important, as much as we showcase all these amazing young designers, to have the international ones, the ones with the big experience, the brands that the people are more familiar with, to attract people, and together with like for someone that is going to buy Raf Simons, you can introduce them to a new brand and say, this is another new brand, and they usually buy as well from the new brand. So this is how it's been combined.
You have a big brand, and that introduces them to the customers to the little ones.
Because if you see like all the little ones, maybe the customers will feel, oh, you know, I mean, they might be a bit scared, they might not really feel relevant with the space and with the designers, so kind of like they need a bit of something that they will feel familiar with, common with, that they've heard before, and then they start talking. But as you can see, the whole kind of like feeling in here, it's very relaxing, very cool. I don't want like people to feel, you know, we're walking like in a store where we cannot feel ourselves, we cannot ask a question. It's a friendly environment, a very friendly environment.
Yeah, it's fresh.
I want people to feel very relaxed in here, and actually, you know, they can turn to me and say, I love this product, or I don't like this product, or who is this designer by, because I never heard of him.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a bit more about the designers?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's nice.
Excellent.
It's easy.
Well, thank you.